Alright, I want to make a quick video to describe how to get to VPORTAL and then how to navigate through Canvas from there. So the first thing we're going to do is search the Volusia County Schools. And once on their homepage, you're going to go to that VPORTAL tab at the top. My computer automatically logs me in since everything's saved, but you will be prompted with a spot to enter in a username and password. And the username is the student email, which is 1 and then their alpha. So it's 1alpha@vcs2go.net, and it's the number 2 in there. If you're having trouble typing that in, it's in the description of this video below. Once you log in, you can get to Canvas. This is the Canvas tile. If for some reason you don't see it, you could hit this little plus and go to the app library and search for it, but everyone should already have it since we use it every day in class on their VPORTAL page. So let's go into Canvas. The students will see a Mr. P 4th grade tab. You'll click it, and this brings you into the class. I'm on the teacher view, so I'm going to switch to the student view so the screen kind of matches what you guys see. So the first thing we see is these 4 links. These are going to be the most important links. And then right below those links we have our menu, which is a weekly assignment list they have to complete independently. So our basic day will start off with a chunk of writing, teacher-led, and then some kind of reading lesson that's led by the teacher. And then they'll have 30 to 40 minutes each day to work independently. So they'll get to choose what they want to do at what time. And they are just responsible for making sure that these main course assignments are due by the due date. So if they want to read for a few minutes, they can do the appetizer and take a break from doing their actual main course work, and they can just read a book of their choice for a few. Otherwise, they're usually working on their main courses, which are usually all the graded assignments. So this week we have our first 2 main courses go along with a book study that we're working on the novel Number the Stars. And then they also have a social studies research project that they're working on. This is a multiple week assignment, so it'll be here for the next few weeks. These first 2 are going to be the ones that they're expected to be done by the 9th. So if we go back to the top, none of these assignments right now, except for this social studies one, is on Canvas. Sometimes they'll have an assignment that I'll put underneath this lesson, and then it'll have a quiz that goes along with it, and then they'll submit the quiz for the grade on Canvas. This week, since we're doing the book study, it's more paper-based stuff, but I can still kind of show you what the students will see when they click into lessons. So if we go into there now, we will see just directions for the social studies project, but then I also gave them this YouTube read aloud that goes along with the Number the Stars book. They're worth 0 points because they're not graded. They're just resources that I put out there for them to use if they want. So if we look at the Number the Stars, it's basically just a breakdown of each chapter. So when the students are reading the book, they have the option to read it independently by themselves and then complete the study guide. Or they can work with a buddy, and they can buddy read and then complete the study guide. Or if they're struggling reading the book, they can come and they can choose which chapter they're on, and then they can have it read to them on this video. Or they can, and then follow along in their book while the video is reading it to them. So once they are done with that, we can go back home. Okay, we have quizzes. Like I said earlier, whenever there's a Canvas assignment, I have them submitted as a quiz. So if we go into here, we can kind of see the quizzes that they've done so far. It tells you the amount of points, the amount of questions. All these say closed because I'm in a test student, so there hasn't been any work submitted for these. But I did submit on one quiz just to show you guys on this video. So if we look at this Challenger Space Shuttle quiz, it looks a little different. This is what you should see in your student's Canvas. So if I click on that, it'll open up the assignment. Sometimes they might have to take multiple attempts on the quiz. Sometimes I'll only allow for 1 attempt. If you see multiple attempts, you can just click between each one and you can kind of see what work they completed on that quiz. And then there'll be an overall score. So for this quiz, they got a 5 out of 8. And then if you scroll down, you can kind of see where they missed points or what kind of work they worked on during this assignment. So we have multiple choice showing that they got questions 1 and 2 correct. If it's incorrect, they show you what the correct answer should be. Another multiple choice. And then we have a couple short responses at the bottom. Short responses or have a set amount of points it's worth, and in this case they got 2 points out of 2. And then I'll add in my little teacher note that just says excellent answer. On question 6 they got a 0 out of 2, and then I'll add in my teacher note why they did not either miss partial credit or they missed the whole entire all the points together. And question unanswered, evidence not shown. So that's kind of how you can go into the quizzes and view exactly what they submitted. If we go back home, we can click on grades, and this is just going to be a brief overview of all the grades. So if you didn't want to see the exact assignment, you kind of just want to see some of the grades, which all this is in Canvas, or all this gets inputted into Gradebook anyway. So this isn't really all that necessary to view, but if it's there if you want to. Again, this is a test student, so there's nothing really submitted. I didn't grade any of it work because it wasn't in there. But for the Space Shuttle, you can see the 5 out of 8. There's a lot of assignments worth 0. If you look at this YouTube read aloud, it's because it's worth 0 because I just put it out there for them to have that resource. Okay, if we go back home again to the last thing we have to talk about is discussions, and click on the discussion post. This is going to be going along with this book study, and it's just going to basically be they'll meet with a designated group, and then they'll have one recorder, and then they'll work together to answer these questions, and then one student will type on the discussion post, and they'll work collaboratively to answer the questions and have like a little discussion about the chapter. And then once they're done, they can read other people's comments and posts and reply to them if they want, just to kind of get them kind of talking about the book. So that's basically Canvas. If you have any more questions, you can just easily contact me on ClassTag, and I can kind of try to walk you through if any issues arise with this.